to sit back and take a look at it.
Yeah, it just seems so bumpy lately, and seems so. You said something earlier that just sort of, I got a chill, because I got the feeling like something had to happen now.
Well, it does.
Yeah,
there's an immediacy to this, because it can't happen in the future, and it certainly can't happen in the past, because the past is always going to be gone.
Yeah.
And if your future is going to be like your past, then it's not going to happen in the future either. Yeah. That's why you need like a whole moment now.
Yeah.
Now, how much fear do you need in order to stop trying to escape? You know, that's what has to happen. And you never know where an individual consciousness is at with that.
Yeah.
So you can't really evaluate with them. You just keep on offering it to them.
Yeah,
and you just keep on giving. I mean, all I really do is just give, in the freedom of my mind, just constantly give myself away. And what I'm giving away is myself, or however you want to call it. And I never, you know, the enlightenment of my mind, or the love of or whatever it is, just keep giving it away and allow people to enter into miraculous moments with me, so that they can see that there's more, that they're not what they think.
Yeah, but you're not judging.
I'm certainly not judging. What's the point?
Yeah, I know, but that allows people to let go, and you connect with their minds.
Yeah. I mean, well, there is only mind, so mind is whole, and there's no need for me to connect with that. That's what I am.
Yeah.
I mean, the truth is, the idea of the dream is, as a dream of identity, is individuated, separate identities, or fragmentation of what was apparently whole. Now, the fragmentation in and of itself isn't true, but the idea of fragmentation caused, let's say, encapsulation of tiny sparks of God.
Yeah.
And now they operate in separation rather than operating as a single whole light that's emanating as creation from creation.
And please bring up what we were talking about, karma or other lifetimes, about sharing.
Well,
because
you take a look at it. You know, the idea, everything here is post-schism.
Yeah.
So it's like the whole world, from the beginning of time to what we think is the end of time, and the world of space, everything is all post-schism. Okay. It's all a function of the idea of separation. The idea of separation is an attempt to preserve what isn't real, as if it is real. Okay, so literally, every time you'll have a lifetime, and what you're assured of in a lifetime is death. I mean, you come in knowing that you're going to die.
Yeah.
Okay, so the ego gets to use that to develop a better defense system, rather than to lessen its defense, because it's hell-bent on keeping you separate.
Yeah.
And you're the ego. I mean, you don't know how to talk about it other than seeming like it's separate from you.
Yeah.
But you're hell-bent on maintaining separation.
Yeah.
Okay, it's got a death grip on you and uses death to prove that it's so, but it's not. So every time the tingling, what you were talking about, the feeling that you get and the need for the immediacy of it, that's coming closer to it. But notice the tingling includes the fear also.
Yeah.
Okay, if you don't judge that and stop defining what the feeling is, then it'll simply be you feeling or being.
Yeah.
Now, you're not going to be locked into your ideas about what it is, because it's not your idea. The idea of what enlightenment is isn't what enlightenment is. I assure you of that. Yeah. It's like it's completely different than anybody thinks. Yeah. So now you have an ego that's using lifetimes to preserve its denial of God, and it actually builds a better defense system, because it can show you, it can keep you further away from that moment. So karma is nothing more of building of better defense systems through ideas and attempting to come close to waking up, but defending the entity or the identity from that awakening. So it's the minute, this is the idea of consciousness as being the domain of the ego. Yeah. Okay, the ego is the idea of separation, and it runs, it's tyrannous. It's the tyrant in your awareness. Now the truth is, if you're the sum total of all awareness, then you're aware of everything that you ever were or could be all at one time. You use this particular identity to define time and space for yourself, but all that is in you. Now, the ego is going to use all that awareness to continue the separation, so it's going to put you in a lifetime that's more advantageous to the denial of God rather than one that's closer to the awakening.
Yeah.
Now, I got to take all those ideas and present them to you in a way that'll sort of like cause you to start to have an experience where you're not defending yourself or using the ego, and something else can occur. Literally, it happens in defenselessness. Yeah. And acceptance is not much different than defenselessness in that way.
Yeah.